If you keep hesitating, it is not because you lack confidence. It's because you learned to hesitate and it became a habit. Because hesitation, it is not a personality trait. It's a pattern you picked up just to keep yourself safe. Because when it shows up, it sounds like, I just need more time, more information, or it's not the right time, or I'm not confident yet, but I'll start when I'm ready. Or maybe it's just the very thing that you've been avoiding because you're not ready to face it yet. But none of those are at the root of the truth because hesitation is really just a memory of who you had to be before you learned how to trust yourself. So, today we're going to get into why we learn to hesitate. And I'm even going to fill you in on the way that I hesitate that sounds smart, but really I'm just stalling. And I'm sharing with you a framework that you can actually use to move differently. So, before we go any further, no shade and no shame. Hesitation is not something that you need to grab your tool bag and go and fix. And it certainly isn't something to judge yourself for. This is a judge free zone. So, we're not doing any of that here. We don't need to make ourselves feel bad to acknowledge something and address it. So, this is all about recognizing the pattern, not to downplay yourself, not to belittle yourself or put yourself down. It is simply to bring awareness to it. And then we can decide how we want to move. Hesitation is just information, it is not failure. And we are not forcing anything. We are just acknowledging and making a decision on how we want to move from here. Hesitation is a learned survival response, not a flaw. So, the way our nervous system was set up, it was designed to scan and look for threats. It is constantly on the lookout for danger. And if it notices even the slightest bit of uncertainty, it's going to pause before diving into action. So, our nervous system, it was designed for this. It was made this way. And this goes all the way back to the caveman days, friend. Okay. The original we be clubbing with me as we talk about the neuroscience of all of this because our brain is really just a computer running on old programming. Yes, them caveman days is still the programming that our brain is operating under. So, our amygdala, it's where our fear and reaction center lives. And it's constantly talking to our prefrontal cortex that handles all of our planning. So, those two are in constant conversation. And lo and behold, here comes fear grabbing the mic and it starts talking louder than clarity ever could, especially if it spots uncertainty or danger. Boom, it got action. So, your nervous system, it is not broken. It's simply doing its job, right? So, as it continues to gain experiences, it starts to run through those filters. So, the past criticism that you received, judgments that you've received in the past, mistakes that were punished, as you've had those experiences at work, in your relationships with family or friends, your brain has stored all of that information up and it's constantly scanning for those things. So your nervous system is really on point because it is doing its job, but we can give it a new job. So remember, hesitation, it is not a personality trait. It is not a character flaw. It is not a measurement that you should be judging yourself up against. It is not proof that you're not enough, not smart enough. not any of the other negative loops that your mind might be swirling around in. It is not proof of any of those things. Hesitation is a behavioral pattern. It is simply a conditioned response that we've repeated over and over and over again. But the beauty is we can retrain our responses. We can learn to do a new thing. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, I told you I was going to share with you the way that I hesitate, and it sounds smart, but really, I'm just stalling. And I actually already told you what it is because the first thing that I said when we started this video was, I need more information. That is me. I love to learn. Give me a good book. Let me take a video course, a master class. You name it, I'm there. I love it. I love to learn, but learning can also keep me stalling. And you know what? And it sounds smart, right? It looks like the right thing to do. No one is really going to criticize me and be like, well, don't you have enough information to get started? At least most people won't, right? Most people are like, oh, girl, you taking another class? Okay, do it, girl. But I can take a class, honey, until the cows come home, okay? I can learn like nobody's business. But at some point, I had to recognize that learning kept me stalling because it doesn't matter how much information I learned if I'm not implementing it, if I'm not putting that information into practice. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of retained knowledge that serves no purpose and it has no use. So for me, I had to stop signing up for every class and really start signing up for the things that were really going to help me implement what it is that I needed to do. So I really encourage you to journal about the ways that you find yourself hesitating, even when it looks smart, even when it's justified. Because if you know the ways that you hesitate, it is so much easier to recognize when the hesitation is valid and when it's just another way that you're stalling. So, I'm sharing with you a framework that I use that helps me when I recognize that I'm hesitating and I really need to be taking action. So, this framework is called honor, and the H is for hear the hesitation. When I am excited to sign up for another class, I ask myself, am I taking this class because I'm hesitating doing something hard? Or am I taking this class because I'm really ready to implement what I'm going to learn? And it's the next right action that I need to put in play. Because learning just to be learning for fun, sure, there's time for that. But when I'm on a mission, I don't have time to just constantly be on the learning hamster wheel. And ask yourself, what is my hesitation trying to tell me? Because hesitation is really just information. It's not the enemy, it's not the bad guy, it's not here to harm you. It is a chance to pause and ask it, what is it really trying to bring your attention to? It's just a signal. And this step alone will keep you present and not overreacting. The O is for open to what's true because sometimes we hesitate for excuses. Sometimes we hesitate for genuine reasons. And sometimes we hesitate for lies. The lie that you're not enough, the lie that you're not smart enough, the lie that you're not fill in the blank. Those reasons keep us stuck. So have a pause and really ask yourself, what do I actually know? What is true and what is not true? Keep us stuck. And this is your chance to get really honest with yourself. It is your chance to recognize if there is any fear based noise that's clouding your decisions right now. And it is okay to just take a pause for the cause and recognize, are you getting ready to take a step with your fear foot forward, or are you taking a step with your faith foot forward? Because fear can definitely cause you to be stagnant. But when you step out on faith, that is a whole nother level. So recognize if it's fear that you're operating in or if it's faith, because this is the step where you are really rebuilding your self trust by just connecting to yourself and recognizing where you're operating from. The N is for name one aligned move. This is where you decide what is the next right action you are willing to take. And I don't even care what size move you decide to make because I'm here for all the moves, okay? I love me a good baby step. I love me a good bold move. I love a step that's somewhere in between the baby one and the bold one. All steps are welcome, okay? We are inclusive when it comes to the steps. The important thing is that you're taking one. So, what is the next right aligned action for you to take? When you know what the next move is for you that's going to honor you and where you are, this is the space that eliminates overwhelm and it creates momentum. Because the more action that you take, the more confirmation you give to yourself that you really can trust yourself to make decisions and make aligned steps. So, make sure that you name that one action that you want to take. It could be a baby step, it could be a bold move, or somewhere in between. Just make sure it's aligned. The O is operate from alignment. This is where you decide to choose from your values and not seeking validation. This is so important because you know that you're in alignment when you know this honors who you are becoming. So, when you hear people talk about operating from your next level or the person that you're becoming, this is what they're talking about. That version of you that you are striving to be, that version of you that you want to be in alignment with now, how would she operate? How would she move? What would be the thing that she would tell you to do today to get closer to your dream or build that relationship that you've been dreaming of? When you know that you are operating in alignment with who you are becoming, that is the magic sweet spot. So ask yourself, if I really trusted myself, what would I do next? Would you send that email? Would you make that phone call? Would you apply for that job? Would you start that business? Would you text a friend and reconnect? What is it that you would do if you trusted yourself? This is such a beautiful space to be in because this is where confidence really starts to take form. The R is for reinforce who you are becoming because everything really starts with who you think you are. Your life is a reflection of who you think you are. If you think that you're not good enough, your life is mirroring that back to you. When you think that you are a confident and empowered woman, your life is mirroring that back to you. So, who is it that you are becoming? Reinforce that identity. For me right now, being confident means showing up on video. It means coming and connecting with you and teaching you a little something, something. You know what I mean? It means not being afraid to put myself out here and connect and coach you because this is my passion. This is my purpose. This is my calling. It's what I'm meant to do. And I'm no longer just going to sit on the sidelines in the shadow. I am aligning with the best of myself every single time I make a video for you. So, what is that for you? How are you showing up in your life as the best of who you can be right now? Because that is how you align with her, and that's how you become her. Today, we name the pattern, we remove the shame, and tomorrow we choose to move differently. Oh, so good. So before you go, I want you to really pay attention and notice this week, where are you hesitating in your life? And instead of judging yourself for it, just pause and decide to honor yourself instead. Use that honor framework in just one decision, just one space, and see what it feels like. Oh, I can't wait. Let me know in the comments. Drop me a comment and let me know how this honor framework served you. Or even if you have a question, I'd love to connect with you in the comments. So I send you so much love, big virtual hugs, and wishing you all the best as you keep honoring yourself in every single way. And I'll see you in the next episode.